Yeah.
Kudos to Andy. These notes were fantastic.
Yeah. See, doing things.
Notes. They do things.
Notes.
Right. All right. I am Hypermynd and welcome to Part of the Distraction episode 2. With me again this week is the Lost Drake.
Hi.
And AndyRoop.
What's up?
And we are here to bring you all of our favorite topics from video games to movies to everything else in between. So this week we have a lot to cover in regards to all of the news that broke out this week with Call of Duty coming out this week. Drake's brought some info about some Pokemon that he's going to go ahead and touch on in a little while. And Cyberpunk was $10. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to hand it off to AndyRoop real quick. I just want you to kind of reintroduce yourself. We didn't really do a great job of this last week. I want you to reintroduce yourself. Give us a little information about your favorite video game and maybe a couple of the moments that come with it.
Awesome. I am AndyRoop. I am a designer by trade, a musician. I love all music, everything from country to rap and everything in between. I play a lot of instruments, as you can see from my wonderful background and my Harley Quinn poster in the back. But so I play the piano, drums, guitar. I produce a lot of stuff, and yeah, that's sort of me. What are you doing?
You called it a poster.
It's kind of a poster.
I was trying to just be quiet.
It's not a poster. It's sound panels, but they make fun of me because it looks like Harley Quinn. So yeah.
Yep.
I've been playing video games since I was a little lad, and yeah, that's sort of me. My favorite, what did you say? Favorite video game moment?
Favorite video game moment, video game, whatever you got.
I got the perfect one. So this was the year. It was a while ago. It was Battlefront, and it was the first time that we played multiplayer, the Conquest map, I believe it was, and so in that game you have it's like 60 on either side, so it was a huge map, a lot of people,
big battles.
Yeah, and I think that game was really, really immersive for me. I love Star Wars, obviously, who doesn't? But I think that game, we were trying to capture like one piece, and we needed that piece before we could go to the final location. And we're sitting there where people are attacking us. We're hunched down. I was playing with Hipermynd, and this AT-AT was above us, just lighting us up. And it's so crazy. We weren't dying, oddly enough, but we were just shooting. It'd pop up, shoot, and come down.
I remember this. We were just tucked away behind, because they had like the gray barriers, right? Like big stone barriers. It was kind of like it wasn't winter. It was like the lava. Map.
There was a lot, and we were close to this little airport, hangar kind of thing. And this AT was just holding the ground, and we couldn't capture this point. And all of a sudden, you're looking up, you're shooting at it, you're trying to destroy it, and this X-wing or whatever it was comes flying in kamikaze style and just blows it up, and like parts went everywhere kind of thing. And we were able to capture that moment. I remember on comms, it coming in going, oh my God, can you believe that? And then we finally captured that point, and then captured the other to win the game. And to me, those kind of things are what makes multiplayer video games so much fun, because you're kind of engulfed in this experience. I didn't think the game was great, but it was very immersive kind of game. And
it was.
And so something like that happened, it was a lot of fun. So, I mean, and of course you're with your buddies, you're laughing, obviously you remember that was probably 10 years ago, more than that,
Battlefront 1?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
Like the remake?
It's got to be. It was like 2014, something in
Yeah.
there, maybe 2015.
8 years
is
ago,
old.
whatever it was. Yeah,
That was a long
it was
time
a long
ago.
time ago. So,
Could you imagine if they had proximity chat?
oh, that would have been great. Well, there's
What-
so many people.
But
You know what I mean?
Could you imagine? You would have heard like 50 people cheer.
Yeah,
Well,
it really was.
October 21st, 2016.
2016. Okay, so it's not as old as I thought.
Maybe not.
Drake, you're a
Wait,
Star
are you
Wars
talking
guy or
about
no?
Battlefield as in Battlefield, or are you talking Star Wars?
Battlefront?
Battlefront.
Oh,
Battlefront.
Battlefront. Oh.
Yeah.
There was literally like this
Were you on
X-Wing just
Mustafar?
comes in.
And you were like you'll never get to high ground, and then an X-wing came in and blew out the lakes.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
It
We couldn't
kamikazed
capture
into the AT-AT.
we couldn't capture this one point, and like there was a bunch of us, like, and they were just
it was
holding
2015.
Okay, so
Okay.
2015.
Just-
So yeah.
Yeah, 6,
Yeah.
7,
It's
8, whatever it was.
pretty good age.
Yeah.
It ages well. It looks good.
It does, and I mean, it made me want to. I mean, I bought the second one for that very moment right there. I was like, I want to experience that moment again, and the second one just didn't take off as well to me as the
No.
other one.
Well, they had that big problem with the pay to win, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. You could literally pay
Oof.
everything and
Yeah, that's
overpower.
rough.
Well, that was Battlefront 2.
Yeah,
right. The
When
second
that
one.
all
Second
happened.
one, yeah.
That
But
was
the first
that was
one
rough.
was, like,
that was
pure-
when all the Eververse /
Yep.
like loot boxes really went under scrutiny for Overwatch and for Destiny, and everybody was kind of on a rampage about that after that.
Yeah, but to your point, Hypermynd, like when it happened, everybody kind of like stopped, like, yeah,
Yeah.
like,
It was
like
like
if you could probably hear everybody
Collective.
cheering as we then just pushed forward into that
Yeah.
point that we captured.
A lot
So,
of
yeah.
smiles in that one.
Oh, for sure.
Drake, are you a Star Wars guy? Or not really?
I am a big Star Wars guy. I honestly, okay, look, so I'm a big Star Wars guy, but I also like Star Trek. I like both, man. I grew up with both, so it's like, but I'm more of a Star Wars guy
I'm
than I
okay
am
with
Star
that.
Trek.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Yeah,
do
I
Star
honestly
Trek
like
for some
being a
reason.
nerd is being nerd, but I like they even have a new Star Trek movie coming out, so I'm actually kind of excited about that. I think Chris Pine is doing a good job with those, but just in general, like, Star Wars is, I mean, that's before even us,
Oh yeah.
like that's before us, like that's our parents, and like it's funny, like Star Wars, even like the new stuff that is coming out, like the new anime series that is coming out with the independent developers for Star Wars. I'm losing my train of thought, but they're coming out with an anime series specifically in the Star Wars universe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, very cool.
And honestly, that trailer, it just came out, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. It is literally hardcore anime, but in the Star Wars universe. And I mean,
cool.
like everything
That's
from
really cool.
like animal characters to like stuff that looks like Astro Boy, and then there's stuff that like looks like
Astro Boy.
Demon
Astro Boy.
Slayer type stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's really cool. Like there's so much cool anime, and it's really neat. I'm really excited about it. And that actually comes out next month, September
Oh, that's
22nd.
exciting.
Is that a Disney Plus thing?
Disney Plus, yes.
It's
And
gotta
they're
be,
going to
right?
release, and I think the episodes are like an hour plus long each.
Oh wow.
So these are like full on animes, and they said that if it does well, this is like an experiment for them to see how people retain the details. But if it does well, they're going to continue this, and that would be great to get like more fleshed out stories. Like there was one. Okay, I got to talk about this really quick before we go on to the next topic. But there was one part in the trailer where this Jedi or Sith, I'm not even sure, sticks this staff down, and it opens up the end, and then lightsabers come around the outside and start spinning around. And it was like it was crazy. And then there was another
That's
one
cool.
where this chick, it's definitely Sith. She had to be Sith because all of her lightsabers were red. She had 9.
All
it was
of
like
them?
General Grievous, but they were levitating around her by the Force, and she was using the Force to fight.
Oh, that's
It was
cool.
nuts.
That's
It was
pretty
nuts. And there was like this big scene, they clash. It looked like Ronin Warriors from the 90s
Oh,
when they fought.
God.
Remember that?
I'm still
And it
waiting
was like
for
one of
a
my favorite
Ronin Warriors
anime.
video game. I'm
I know.
still waiting
That's
for
like
it.
one of my favorite animes.
I really hope
So-
they do it. Andrew, have you seen Ronin Warriors?
I haven't.
It was a 90s cartoon. It was
It was
phenomenal.
It was unbelievable how good that was.
It was
It
so
had
good.
everything. It was like
You know
like samurai anime Power Rangers.
It was literally like if you took
It was
it was like samurai Voltron. That's exactly what it was.
Minus
and they
the
had
big
like
robot.
oh dude, it was so cool. It had dragons in it. It had like all
It had
kinds of
everything.
stuff. It was so neat. Yeah. And
So
It had a tiger.
yeah, go ahead.
It was cool.
So with
Yeah,
the,
it was a tiger, yeah.
with
Oh,
the
the big
new
white tiger. I forgot about that.
With the armor.
Oh yeah.
It was so
Okay.
cool, man.
I'm like nerding out now because I now want to go back and watch it.
I gotta
Amazon
watch it.
Where is
Prime.
that? Where
Amazon
can we watch
Prime.
that on Funimation?
Amazon Prime.
Is it on Amazon Prime for real?
It's on Amazon
Oh.
Prime.
Nice.
It's amazing.
I should get my daughter to watch that. She'd probably like that too.
Check that out too. Yeah. So
Okay.
with this new Star
1
Wars
week.
thing,
Watch
though, is it? It's kind of its own thing, right? So like people that, I mean, you'd have to be living under a rock to not know what Star Wars is, but like people that haven't really followed the, even the animated series or like the.
So no,
Clone
this
Wars?
is so I'm gonna
Yeah, like
read the
Clone Wars or
description
anything
for
like
you.
that.
I have it up right now for you. It's the
Okay.
anime anthology series is made up of 7 anime short films reimagine Star Wars through the different animation styles. Disney Plus is debuting the official Star Wars Visions, that's what it's called, trailer. You can watch it online. It looks like to be one of the most exhilarating offers by Lucasfilms and Disney Plus ever made. It looks so good. It looks so good. And we can actually put that link in the description down below on this podcast so you guys can check it out.
let's do
It's
that.
really cool. Like it's really, really neat. And you guys all need to check it out. If you haven't watched it, and I will definitely make sure you guys have that link as well so you guys can check it out if you haven't. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's very cool. They're not doing
Yeah.
like a premiere access on that, are they?
I don't think so. I think this is just going to be released on Disney Plus as part of
Okay,
their regular
cool.
stuff. It looks so good, and everything so far that they've shown on it, it's each episode, like they just it looks so good. It looks so good.
I
Like
gotta see it
and-
now. Gotta see
and-
that trailer.
yeah.
I'm excited about that now.
Yeah,
yeah, no, like literally, if you guys like anime, like you're a huge anime fan, one of them, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the villain from Vampire Hunter D. And I was just like, oh, like the anime style and everything. I was just like, oh,
haven't
this
seen
is
that
so.
one.
And then one looked like Cowboy Bebop. That's how different the anime styles are.
That's very.
You don't know
different.
either one of those. This is not your forte, is it? You're not an anime guy.
I'm not a huge. I love the art style, but honestly, I don't really know that many that are like really good.
Have
Ninja
you watched
Scroll.
Demon Slayer? Ninja Scroll. Ooh, yeah,
Watch
that's a good
Ninja
one.
Scroll, and then you'll be like, okay, I need more.
Yep.
Okay.
You'll be hooked. You'll never and Demon
I will
Slayer.
watch that this week, and I'll report back next.
Okay,
Perfect.
we want to see your reaction. If you don't watch
Fair
it,
enough.
then
If
then
not,
you're off the
I'll
podcast.
put a reaction on my own personal channel. How about that?
there you go.
if not, just watch Ronin Warriors. Watch that series.
Yeah, just watch
Is
like the
that an
first
anime?
5 episodes.
It's anime and it's on Amazon Prime.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I like it more than He-Man. That's a strong statement.
I like it more than most shows.
Yeah, it was really good.
it was fantastic.
I like it more than most
I like it more than most shows. What's the problem? It was great.
Now,
Drake.
did y'all watch Love and Robots?
I did.
Love, Death, and Robots.
That's kind of similar. What this reminds me of a little bit.
That's what I was kind of.
It is kind of like that, but this is more like dived into the anime. Like this is like traditional Japanese anime, and some of the directors for this are like top tier anime creators. Like some of them have worked on they've worked on some of the biggest animes ever. Like it's amazing. I cannot wait for this.
Sweet,
That's cool.
We'll give reviews on each one of the episodes each week too.
nice.
That'd be fun. Andrew or Andy.
Either way,
Does it matter? I mean, it's the same. Right?
Hypermynd.
Let's see how
That's
many
right.
times. Let's see how many times Andy messed up Hypermind's name.
Never. I am excited for you to see Ronin Warriors, just because
Yeah,
that's
too.
that's a big one. Drake,
Yes.
favorite gaming moment. I already know your favorite game.
Well, okay. So I actually have 2, and
Fair
they're
enough.
very close. They're very close. They're very, very, very tied. And one actually is Star Wars related. So,
Look at that.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh yes, yes
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
I
The
love that
first time that you meet Revan, and like that game was so amazing, and I was so wrapped up in that story that every single time I played it, like no matter how many different times I played it, whether I went good or, evil, you went Sith or you went, the light. No matter how you went, that game was just great. But the first moment when you met Revan, like I literally I got a tear in my eye. Like it was such an impactful moment. It's almost like as much as the end of when you see Darth Vader again after all those years and he just like wrecks through that hallway at the end of Rogue One. And you're just like, oh, like because Darth Vader is such like a iconic villain. And then when he came in there and he's just like flinging people around and just like you never saw him do that. He was always just a big clunky dude. And like he fought, but it was always so like very like stiff. And then you just see him going through there and wrecking everything. Like those moments in Star Wars are what make it so good. Like when you saw Ahsoka Tano for the first time in Mando, that was just huge. There's so many moments like that are just like, oh, but my favorite video game moment of all time. And still to this moment, the most impactful moment. I was a kid. I was playing Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time. I love the story. I love the characters. And the villain is barely even on the screen, but he's so impactful by what he does.
Yeah.
That it literally...
Very true.
That's when you know you got a good villain, when they don't even need to be on the screen to literally make you cry. I think that was the first video game that I played, and I bawled so hard when Aerith died. Spoilers. So, and no matter where you're from, whether it's Eris or Aerith, depending on which region you're in, I hate when it's Aerith. I just feel like it's Eris to me, but whatever. We'll go into it. But I was also corrected when I did my live interview with Square Enix too, and they were like, "It's Mako, not Mako," and I'm like, "It's Mako. It sounds like Mako." They're like, "No, it's Mako," and I'm like, I don't like that. That sounds like I don't know.
I don't.
But anyway, I don't like it. I don't even like it. Look, my camera didn't even like it. It like blurred out. So, like, just in general, though, that was my biggest video game moment. I mean, I've had moments where, like, I played with friends, like GoldenEye. We talked about that last week. GoldenEye was a big one where I burned the image, the cross in my neighbor's TV screen, and I literally thought he was going to kill us all. But, like, there were so many moments, like Halo. Halo, when the Halo 2 trailer showed for the first time, or even Halo 3, like all of us were like, goosebumps, and Destiny's like that for me too. Like Destiny is a very built into my soul type game. I love Destiny, but like Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game, and Square Enix literally pumps out some of the best games. And between Knights of the Old Republic,
was that a Square Enix game?
No, Knights of the Old Republic was actually BioWare. Yeah. So Knights of the Old Republic, Final Fantasy VII, and Legend of Dragoon were my favorite games. Like, still are to this day. And there's rumors and big speculations that they are making a Legend of Dragoon remake on the same level of Final Fantasy VII. So I hope so, because that's dragons and literally flying like mechs and just awesomeness. So yes,
is that a turn-based game too?
It was a turn-based game, yeah. Both of them were.
So all three of those were turn-based games.
Well, Knights of the Old Republic wasn't. It was more
it was kind of. I mean, like a live action.
Yeah, not really. It was a live attack, but it was your decisions changed the output of each scenario. But
So let me ask you this: so Final Fantasy VII, is it really? It's not all turn-based, right?
No, the new one is not at all.
The new one's not. Yeah,
because but even the original, the one that we all played, it's not really. Yeah. I mean, because you're still running around.
It's turn-based. It's an active time battle system, so it was basically like it wouldn't move forward with the battle until you attacked. So you could literally sit there and think about what you were going to do, like what spell you were going to cast, what summon you were going to do. But those type of things, like that game in general was like my favorite. It really was, and I love turn-based games. And it's sad that they're dying out, but there is a new game that's coming out that I'm really excited about too. But we'll get into that later.
Do you feel like today's generation is wired to where they couldn't handle turn-based games?
No, because 90s are back, man. Everything is 90s. If you go into Walmart, if you go into Target, everything is 90s. MTV, like it's like everything that we loved is now new again.
Yeah, but I don't think people that are playing games that aren't like diehard games, like the casual gamer,
If the graphics are good,
is really gonna
they'll
like
play
a
it.
turn-based game.
If the graphics are good, they would play it. If the story was good, they'd play it. As
There's-
long as
there's-
those two things, if there isn't a good complex story and there isn't good graphics, they won't play it. They don't have the attention span. And I hate to say it, but it's true. They have to have the attention span to grab, because if you give somebody like a pixelated 8-bit game right now,
Yeah.
they're like, "Roar," and it's like on the shelves in 5 minutes. Like that's
There-
my daughter. My daughter is like,
there's definitely an audience for those 8-bit games though. They're on Game Pass all
Yeah.
over the place. And
yeah,
a lot
like
of
Sally
turn-based
Face
ones.
and all these other games too. Like all those type of games, they're they're definitely. What's the what is the name of that game that just came out? Oh man, I'm gonna lose my mind. It's a black and white game, and basically you can go through the whole game without even hurting anybody.
Not
Not Limbo, because I know
No,
that
that's all
might be. But it's like a turn-based game. Like you fight just like Final Fantasy, but it's a black and white. The whole game is black and white.
That's
And
cool.
it's my daughter was obsessed with it. So
that's cool.
I don't know. I can't think of the name. It's gonna come to me later.
Let's just shout it out.
Yeah, maybe.
So just for one of my favorite moments, I mean, obviously the one from Battlefront was always a good one. Actually, I had a hunch you might tell that today, so I wore this T-shirt. I think you might like it.
Oh, that's awesome.
I thought you might
Nice.
like that one.
That's great.
Yeah, I saw it and I just had to get it. It's a perfect shirt.
For
and
those
it
of you that are
describes most
watching or
days.
listening on Spotify, you need to go to the YouTube channel and watch it on there so you can see what's on the shirt.
Oh yes. Oh well, I can just
If you like anime, look. If we're all showing shirts, we're all like, oh, there you go. What's on your shirt? What's on your shirt?
I got the gopher from
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack, yeah.
Nice,
That's awesome.
nice.
So
So
what was
variety
your
right there.
what was your
One of my favorite moments. So it goes all the way back to, it's actually the first Medal of Honor.
ooh,
Not when they redid it, the very first, like Xbox, like the first
That was EA,
Xbox
right?
Medal of Honor. It might have even been PlayStation 2. I don't remember. But anyway, so you're on the beach, you're like storming the beach, and you know that like they had those old like what were they, like the big barricades, like the X-shaped iron barricades that they
Yep.
had
Yeah.
sitting on the
on
beach
the
and
beach,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. What were those for? To stop the ships coming in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much,
Like
right?
the drop chips.
The
So when
normal-
they came
yeah.
into the beach, they could stop them. Yep.
Yeah. So
That way they couldn't go up higher or have like sea
Things
to
that could
land
roll-
type
yeah,
vehicles and
roll
go in.
out.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So you're on the beach and you're running through there, and you've got I believe you're a medic at the time in that game, and so you're running around. And I was playing with a friend of mine, and it was super, super immersive. I mean, for that time, it was very, very immersive. And so my friend, he like points out, he's like, "Oh, you got to go help that guy." And so I'm running over in the game. You're like running over to try to help this dude. And as soon as I get there, like a mortar or a mine just goes off. And like, of course, the body's gone. But it was just like, it was so immersive. And like, it was almost to the point where like I fell backwards
Like, oh god.
in my seat, like just falling backwards, like, oh my God, like it just, but it was just like, it was one of those like raw immersive moments that you just don't forget type of thing. And then,
Yep.
but just to touch, like one of my favorite games is also The Getaway. It was on PlayStation 2.
Man, I haven't played that game in forever.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was a long time ago, and I was actually born in the UK, and so it kind of hits home for me being a British game, but it had some of the best voice acting that I've seen in a game, even to date. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Like they had it down to an absolute T, and there were some mechanics in there that were actually really, really cool. Like the driving, for instance, instead of having a heads up display trying to navigate you and show you where you were, they used the indicators on the car. So like if you had to make a right turn, the right indicator would start blinking. So you had to pay attention to the blinkers on the car as to where you needed to go.
That's
and
cool.
I'd never seen that before. I'd never seen anything like that before. And that was just something that I thought was really unique and creative. And it just made the game for me. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
That is-
You know, on that topic too, when is there a new Medal of Honor game coming out, or has there been one in a long time?
I think Battlefield took it over, didn't he?
No, they've always been separate entities.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I can't think of any games. Does anybody know of any?
No, they were both EA. I think EA was kind of like, Battlefield's doing well. We'll just focus on that. I don't know that they're doing a Medal of Honor. Didn't they do one on? They did one on like a not like Switch, but
they did it on mobile. I thought. Let's see.
It was some like lower. It definitely wasn't Switch. But there was another Medal of Honor, and it kind of just went, sideways.
PSP.
Yeah, it was a PSP exclusive. That's the type of stuff Sony's clinging to right now.
Well, there's actually, so it was Medal of Honor Warfighter. That was on that was mobile. But there's another game. Actually, I went to EA's website. It is on there, and they actually have a new Medal of Honor game that just came out a month ago. Or wait,
heard nothing about it.
But no, it's done by Respawn, the same people made Apex.
Yeah.
But it's for Oculus.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
I got one of those.
You should try it then, and you can.
Yeah, I have one. I have one too. I should definitely check it. I mean,
which Oculus do you have?
I'll send you. Huh? I have the Oculus 2.
The Oculus 2.
Yeah.
That's what you have.
Yep. That's what I have.
What's the other one? What's the little like mobile-based one?
Well, I have the Oculus Quest 2. Is that what it's called? Is
the same thing? Yeah.
That's the mobile one. Like it's got to connect to Facebook to work.
It does have to connect to Facebook.
Okay, so it's not the one that you plug into the computer.
No, but you can. Yeah.
Does it work the same or no?
Yeah.
If you plug it into the computer, it works the same as the Rift.
Yeah, and you get all the Rift games. So you can download. So there's games that are on the Rift and the games that are on the Oculus 2, separately, and then so you could play a Rift game if you got it plugged up.
And you like it? Like it doesn't?
Oh, I love it.
Does it feel like it should to you?
There's been a few games that are like this. Honestly, that Star Wars game, the Vader game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that.
Is insanely good. Like, so without spoiling anything, the first little scene is they capture you and you're sitting in this room, and Vader walks in and he gets so close to you that you're kind of like slowly backing up because it's like
he's a close talker.
Yeah, well, yeah, and he's like, he's trying to
nothing's in your ear, ASMR breathing.
Vader the close talker. Well, but he wouldn't really hear him if he was far away because he's got to talk through that vent.
Yeah, that's true. He's not gonna get COVID though.
No.
But anyway, so he's walking in, and literally he's like so tall. Like it's really cool that that was probably one of the first games that was like, whoa, this is really really neat.
Yeah.
So wait,
for me
to go back on what you said, does that mean that Vader is the leader of the CDC?
I think so.
Okay, done.
That's what.
All right, sweet. Or is that where the dark side begins? I'm so confused right now. All right, anyway, sorry.
That's a different topic for a different podcast.
Okay, good.
But the Quest 2, you feel like that's where it's at.
Well, they have a new one coming out.
Would you
they have a new one coming out?
Knowing what you know now about the quality of the Quest 2, if the Rift is better, would you splurge on the Rift?
Well, I think the Quest 2 is the best one out in the market right now. The Quest 2. I think the Rift is actually underneath the Quest. But yeah, so
the Rift is the more expensive one.
I mean, this one was $500-$600. The one that we got.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty expensive. Well, I mean, I got the full motion controllers, and I got all that stuff. It's pretty crazy.
That's cool.
And then they actually just had a recall. I don't know if you know that too. Had a recall for a silicone faceplate because it was making people's face break out.
Yeah.
And I submitted it. They're supposed to send it out. They were really good about it. They were like, hey, it hasn't really caused a lot of issues, but we're just gonna send this out just to make sure that everybody's safe. And they sent it out. So they're sending like a new silicone, it sits on your face a little bit better.
Like goggles?
I'm like, that's probably gonna be
like swimming goggles.
Well, I mean, it already is goggles, but I mean, like it's
swimming
like
goggles,
it's like the piece.
silicone.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a silicone piece that rests on your head.
I didn't have any problem with the other one,
Kinda
but I
like
will
this.
tell you when you rope yourself off in the Oculus and you got to make like your parameter.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how many times I whacked my hands so hard on the entertainment center in front of me. I was like, whap! I'm like, ah! It was not fun. It was not fun. It hurt really bad. Meanwhile, my wife and my daughter are laughing at me while I'm flailing around like an idiot playing Beat Saber.
Yes.
Well, it sounds like fun. I mean, I've always wanted to try one. I really just want one for racing games.
Yes, I haven't.
You know what? When we go to PAX, I'll bring mine so you can try it out in the hotel room.
All
I haven't
And I'll
done
video
but-
it and put it on TikTok.
Oh, that would be funny.
that would be a lot.
Yeah,
of
there you
fun.
go. See, look, content right there.
There it is.
I have it hooks up to Project Cars.
Yeah.
And I've got that on Steam, so I've been meaning to try it with the wheel and everything like that. So but-
Look, I'm
give it
totally
a
going to go
shot.
off in a nerd moment here. I don't even know how to hook it up to like Skyrim and stuff. I don't even know how to do that. How do you do all that stuff? Does
How do you
anybody
hook it
know?
up to the computer?
Yeah, no, yeah. Like, how do you like play games on it other than like the Oculus games?
so
Does that make sense?
yeah. So I bought it's a USB-C, obviously that hooks to the
Yeah.
thing, and
Yeah.
then USB-C if you've got it into your computer, and then download the Oculus app.
Like an app.
Yeah. And it all runs through there. And like Minecraft's the same way. You can do Minecraft through VR, and you just have to get the cord that's long enough that, if you play, next year, that it's not going to be.
So you only do it through PC. You can't do it like through Xbox. So like if you wanted to hook it up to your Series X, it's only compatible for PC, correct? Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
I wasn't sure. So look, I didn't know. So now other people will know, and that's the
Yep.
point of this.
Oh,
And you
absolutely.
have to connect it through like the Rift app, the Oculus app through your
Yeah.
computer. So that's the only way to run games. And what's
Okay,
really cool though, it displays. If you do it through the computer, it takes one of your monitors and displays what you're seeing. So the people around
Yeah.
you,
Yeah, I
they
can
can
see.
see what you
I've
which is
seen that.
kinda
That's
cool.
why I wanted to do it. I thought it'd be kind of cool to like, because I have a big enough game room that I could do
Yeah.
that.
That's how you
That would
stream
be
it.
really neat to watch. I know that's what I'm saying. Like, how
Yeah.
do you stream it?
That's how you stream it, right? Because it gives you that
Yeah, because you just
external-
capture that
capture?
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
you capture that.
Oh, that
display.
screen.
That
Oh,
display,
yeah.
yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That's really
Well, you know what?
interesting.
And so I actually did something this week too that I just want to jump into really quick too. I actually walked somebody through for the first time ever, setting up their stream, like completely doing all their branding, setting up their stream. I do plan on doing this with all of you guys, and I think this would be really cool too. Like doing like kind of like a acknowledgement on how to do streaming, how to do stuff on YouTube, how to do stuff on TikTok and Twitch and wherever you may be. And I think that would be really cool. So down the road, I plan on doing that, just so you guys all are aware, who are watching this or listening. If you guys are interested in something like that, please comment below, because honestly, like, we want to know what you guys want to hear about. And this podcast is about the community and about us giving that information out too. I mean, yeah, some of it's going to be funny and banter and goofing around, but like realistically, that's what we want this podcast to be. We want it to be for the people, gamers, nerds, everybody to have a good time. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there because that is something that I am really passionate about helping people set up their streams and helping them get to the next level. Because everybody wants to be, a professional gamer, or they want to be a YouTuber or a TikToker or whatever, but it takes a lot of work, and a lot of people don't realize that. They think it's easy. You just plug it in and go. And yes, to some extent, but it's so much more than that. And
Yeah.
we'll get into that later. Yeah. But
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for the conversation about audio. That'll be exciting. Let's
yeah,
talk about setting
that's
up
my
audio.
kryptonite right there.
It's everybody's kryptonite.
Yeah.
Audio is kryptonite.
There's a
Period.
special place
Like,
in
we need
hell.
a sound engineer in our friendship somewhere. Like, can we find like anybody that's listening to us right now? If you're a sound engineer, we want to be friends with you, because I hate audio.
I mean, I just get all my information off of forums and stuff,
YouTube.
and then I just coach Andy on how to do it. 'Cause
Hey,
I helped you. You've got a whole new setup over there because of what we
man.
went through yesterday.
Nice.
Just nod.
I know what I'm doing.
And he doesn't look like an Oompa Loompa.
I'm not
this time.
saying he doesn't know what he's doing. I'm just saying I helped him.
I know.
Look, before we even start this podcast, I just want to throw this out there. Andy did, but we had some serious video issues, and he looked like an Oompa Loompa. Like,
think
my
it was
room
just
is
a bad
red.
light.
like an olive.
honestly.
I look like a pitted olive.
It was weird. It was a little weird. I don't know what his guy. He did look like a pitted olive. He really
Pitted
did. He did. It was so bad.
Every
Like, it
time
was
he
like
opened his
green
mouth.
around the outside, and he doesn't even have a green screen. We're like, what is happening right now? We have
So-
no idea.
What was ultimately the cause? Was it just bad light?
No, I just think it was the settings on the.
It was Andy.
Well, it's
Yeah.
entirely fixed. Whatever you did, it looks.
Yeah, it looks
It looks
good.
good
You look
now.
good today.
The problem is my receding hairline. I've got such a giant forehead.
Look, just do what we do.
Oh.
Wear hats.
That's the other thing. So today, I started Keeps.
You got hair plugs.
No,
Oh.
but close.
Oh, you did. You started it.
I started Keeps today. So now,
What is that?
every week, we're gonna have a recorded progression.
Oh, I'm excited.
What?
about
What is that? What is that?
Keeps.
What do you mean?
Keeps is like a hair product.
Wait, you started that?
Not sponsored in stream, but could.
No,
Wait, what? Wait, what
maybe.
is it? I'm so confused.
It's like hair. It's hair retention
Like
and regrowth.
Bosley's?
like
Like Bosley's?
Bosley's, yes.
What's Bosley?
It's similar to that. Bosley's
See,
like
look, I don't know what the
it's
heck
like
you're
Rogaine.
talking about, but I know what Bosley. Yeah, well, that's what Bosley's is. It's like a
Yeah.
hair.
I don't know what
regrowth
Bosley's is.
This is the new thing. Keeps.
There's Keeps and Hymns. Hymns is the
Yeah.
other one, right? The
That sounds. That's music. See, like that's Andy's department. Hymns.
Yeah.
Hymns. So anyway, so I started it because I want to keep it as long as possible. It's starting to thin, and I don't want that. So
Yeah.
So I started it. So anyway, now we will have recorded progression
You just
each
come
week.
on next week with a wig and like it's super long.
Look at me.
You're like, look,
So
it
funny.
keeps my hair very long.
You know what? I got ideas. I got ideas.
Look, he's jotting down notes. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go buy that generous wig.
Just
Drake,
remember
I
that
don't think
today.
I've ever seen
I
your.
started
Nobody
Keeps.
has. Nobody has. This head doesn't come out from under beanies or hats unless you're my wife.
Hey guys, let's if we get
No, don't set up no goals. Don't do that. Look, people hit it. Don't do it.
In
Don't do it.
August.
So just remember
I want to
today.
keep this hat on. That's what I want to do.
I think that's a big deal for most men, though.
Look, I served in the military. It all fell out in the military. Now I just shaved my head. I look like Kratos under here.
Andy used to shave his, and then he went Viking.
Yeah, I did.
That's what you call Viking?
First of all,
you got to
hold on a second. First of all,
turn sideways.
no, hold on. I'll get there. I'll get there.
Okay,
What I'm
Looks like a
saying-
wet mullet.
it's
I can you let me talk? So I
had
had
to finish.
shaved my head for a long time.
Look, you started this by coming at me. Oh, for 2000.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, look, you
Right.
open the can of worms.
But then I was like, you know what? My hair is thinning. My dad has like this, it's just this
Eddie
part
Monster?
right here.
Eddie
Yeah.
Monster Vegeta.
And so it's like I gotta grow my hair out as long as I can,
On the back?
and so I've got a little bald spot right here, like right where everybody has their bald spot. But so I comb it back now.
right.
So my son plays baseball, and the big thing is like this he's got like a afro / mullet thing. And so he's like, Dad, you should grow yours out. And so I did. So it's a little bit of a mullet kind of thing, but you can do things with it. It's kind of cool from time to time.
Where's the party?
In the back.
In the back.
Yeah, I don't know what, looks like a slip and slide.
Okay.
It's very wet right now.
It is.
You just take a shower right before the channel.
I haven't put any product in it or anything.
Oh my god.
Well,
And I
Well,
can
hey.
I can put it in a bun. So that's
Well, there's our distraction for the day.
yeah,
yeah,
there
we
it
kind
is.
of went off
On
on
slide
this.
haircut.
All right. So, looping back, Drake, you touched on stuff that you were doing this week with setting up streams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the big question, what games are you into right now? Like, what are you in the middle of that you either like, don't like, hate it, you want more of it? What are you into right now?
I'm kind of in a weird lull right now. I'm honestly
feel
in
you.
this moment. I'm in a moment where games we're about ready to get in the cusp of the video game season, as I always call it, right around September,
Yep.
late September and
Game-
beyond.
Vigi season.
It's
Busy
it's
season.
literally nothing, because my birthday is always on the second week of November, which, as we all know, has
Oh.
always been Halo, Call of Duty, all the big games. It's always that week. So my whole life, that birthday week was always video game season week for me.
Funny.
That's when everything came out. So in general, right now, I just started playing Rogue Company. So
Wait.
that's kind of a funny story in itself.
Wait, you were banned.
I was banned.
You
So
cheated? You cheated?
so look.
No.
All right. So there was actually, and I actually want to give a shout out to Braided Bandit, by the way. She is actually partnered with Rogue Company, and she actually reached out to the dev and actually High Res Studios, and I don't know what she did, but it worked. So I don't know if she reached out to them, but basically what happened was I didn't do anything bad. First off, let's start there. I didn't do anything bad. All right, the beta came out. This game came out what, back in, I don't know, when did it come out? I don't even know. It was last year sometime. I tried the beta because everybody's like, dude, try this, you'll like it. Yeah. It's kind of like Capture Point. It kind of reminds me of like a Counter-Strike a little bit. And I'm like, so that was kind of my noise.
It was like Fortnite though.
Yeah, kind of like, well, it's a third person over the shoulder, like Capture Point, Strike Point type game. So I was really, really excited about it. And so I jumped in. My very first game we're playing, I'm with my normal group of friends. I get stuck in a wall. And all of a sudden the game like wigged out. And this is during a beta, so this is normal. Like most beta glitches, whatever, you expect it. All of a sudden it said, you have been disbanded for cheating. And then it put me on a lockout timer, and the timer was going down. And I was just like, okay, I'm still in the game. And everybody's like, yeah, we're already out of the game. Like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm in a wall. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm in the wall. I can't move. I'm in the wall. Like, it gave me this ban thing, and it's saying that I got kicked for cheating. I didn't do anything. This is my very first game. Oh, and then I back out. Like, I did a hard shutdown. I went to go log back in, and it goes, you have been banned.
Perfect.
Wow.
And I'm like, what? What?
Wow.
What? How did I get banned for the beta? What did I do?
Did you uncheck the wall hacks and the
yeah. No, sorry, I had to close down all my sure cheats. Yeah. All the stuff I use in Call of Duty. Wow. All right. So but legitimately, I kept trying to log in numerous times, and then I just gave up. Months went by. I mean, this has literally been almost a year, I feel like. It's been almost a year. And I tried it after she said, hey, go try logging in and take a screenshot. And I went to go log in, and like, I think Hi-Rez was like, all right, we didn't mean to ban you. Click the switch, and I was back. Because then I hopped in, and then my wife wanted to tell me so, because she was like, oh, you like this game, don't you? You like this game, don't you? She's like rubbing it in my face. I'm like, look, you know what? It wasn't that I hated the game. I just got banned on the first day. I had a sour taste in my mouth. I was like, this is not good. So anyway, so yes, I've been playing Rogue Company. That's actually been a lot of fun. It's actually pretty entertaining, and I'm actually really good at it. So I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'm actually, and it's crossplay. It's free, so that's always a plus. So if any of you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out. But the game that I'm actually the most anticipating, which actually just came out today, there was a new expansion DLC, and I have not fired up my PS5 since Ratchet and Clank. But
what's Ratchet and Clank?
The new Ratchet and Clank came out.
Hold on. Was that a good game?
It was a good game, actually.
That looks super cool.
I don't have a PS5,
but it looks really neat.
So in my opinion, okay, before everybody gets mad, before everybody like literally hates me forever. Okay, look, I love Xbox. I have been an Xbox fan forever. I was also a PlayStation fan because Final Fantasy. Always have been. Nintendo. I love all systems. I'm not about the systems. I'm about the games. I want to first off say that.
Everybody.
If the games are good, I will play them. It does not matter. But I always do get the next generation systems because I want to be able to showcase those in my stream on Twitch or YouTube or wherever we're at. Right? So it's not about the system. But I will say this. PlayStation has been upsetting me since PlayStation 5. It's literally a coaster. And the reason why I say that is there's only been 2 games, in my opinion, that have been next generation games, and that's Returnal and Ratchet and Clank. Ghost of Tsushima was one of, if I'm not joking when I say this, is literally one of my favorite games I've ever played. I love that game. It is so good. And the DLC
an exclusive?
So yeah, it was an exclusive, yes.
Not
I
anymore,
don't.
though, is it?
Well, I don't know if it's on PC. That
I
I'm
think
not
it
sure.
is now.
It might be.
I'm
I know
not sure.
PlayStation has really been cracking down on releasing stuff on PC, but they said they're going to do it, and they're back and forth, and nobody knows. I'm not even going to dive in down that path. But what I will say is that Ghost of Tsushima is one of my favorite games, along with God of War and some other. There's a lot of great games. Like the first Last of Us was amazing. It was a tearjerker, really good. And there's just so many games that are out there that are fantastic. Like Uncharted. I mean, not that the main character's name was Drake or anything, but I will say this: like I really did
Amazing
enjoy.
series.
It was an amazing series. It was so good. And that whole acting, everything about that game was so good. So anyway, my main point of this is that this game finally is getting a remastered version for PS5 and an upgrade along with a DLC. And it's all new content and it came out today. I have not dived into it. I'm actually thinking about streaming it. Because I haven't played a good first-person shooter or like a good first-person shooter, a good role-playing game. I haven't really had a game that I'm like, oh my God, I can't stop playing this. Like Destiny is my comfort food. That's what I always describe Destiny as. It's my comfort food. It's always like, it's that,
Always
you know,
there.
that rainbow sherbet that you're like, oh man, I love it. It's so good, but I don't want it all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Like sometimes I can't do it. I got to watch my weight. All right. But I love you. But stay there in the freezer. Like, you know what I mean? And it's always there when you want to go back. That's Destiny. And it will always be my comfort food. And I love it. But there just really hasn't been anything like, oh, you know, and I'm just like, I have to play it. But Ghost of Tsushima, that has the DLC. It came out today. I'm going to be playing that probably on stream today. And I'm actually, after this podcast, I'm actually going on vacation for 2 days, just kind of escaping. So I won't even be around technology at all. I'm literally going up to my cabin and just going to go fishing and chill and just hang out with my family, which is much needed, by the way. All of us need it. Like all of us need it. And this is one thing I will say about this podcast. We are all family. Like we are all family. We all have families. Everybody in the streaming world, gaming room, or gaming realm, no matter where you guys are at, just make sure you guys always check on your mental health because it can mess you up, and we want everybody healthy and happy, and that's why we're trying to bring form of entertainment that'll make you guys happy. So that's why we do this. So anyway, games, as my camera blurs out. Ghost of Tsushima, and then next Tuesday, the big reveal, Gamescom. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Very excited for the next game show. And we do need to figure out what we're doing for that, because I know that we have plans for Gamescom. We will keep everybody posted on socials as the 24th approaches.
Yep.
There's something
next Tuesday.
Yes. And there was something else. Was there another release on the 24th? Is there something else coming out on the 24th?
There is.
Wasn't it something with your comfort food?
Yes. So today the TWAB was released, and for anybody who doesn't know what that is, it's this week at Bungie. They release their basically patch notes and what's coming next for Destiny. I am planning on diving into that a lot more and actually doing my own individual segment for those things on my personal YouTube, because there's too much to talk about and it will never fit in the podcast. But we're going to touch on it just briefly, because on the 24th, they have a big reveal, which they actually released today, the exact start time. So all of you mark your calendar, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. They're having a pre-show. 9 o'clock, they're doing the reveal. So it is going to be a multi-hour event. It's going to be on Twitch and YouTube. And I'm super excited. I'm probably going to be hosting it. They did say that streamers can co-stream it and show it on their streams. So I will be doing that live. I am super stoked about that. And that's also going live at the same time Gamescom starts. So Gamescom is going to be starting in Germany. So that's going to be going all day Tuesday. Yeah. But that's also the launch of Season 15, this is the first time in Destiny history, that they have not announced what the new season is called, what's going to be in it, what's coming from it, how it's like they didn't say anything.
That's cool, because this is going to be a new expansion, right?
Well, so here to kind of explain this. So Season 15 starts this day was actually supposed to be the release date of The Taken Queen, the new expansion. But it got pushed back into 2022. So it's first quarter 2022. So we are actually getting season 15, which was only supposed to be 10 weeks, is now going to be extended until The Taken Queen comes out in early 2022. So whatever this is that they're working on, there have already been numerous leaks. They have already talked about there's going to be new Iron Banner gear for the first time in 4 years.
Wow.
New Iron Banner gear. There's going to be new weapons. Also, too, today they announced in the TWAB, we're just going to touch on it really quick. They announced that all the Trials of the 9 PvP weapons are going to be able to get in the new Prophecy dungeon, which if you guys don't know what that is, you don't play Destiny, but that's okay. You don't have to, but this might intrigue you to play it and you might have your own comfort food. But I will say this, it's really cool. There's a lot of this is all stuff that, like, unless you're a diehard Destiny fan like me, you're not gonna you're gonna be like, what the hell is he talking about? So what I'll say is, if you guys want more of this content, I will be doing a whole discussion on the TWAB. We're gonna be talking about that, and it will be released on my personal channel, and then also too, we'll make sure we do hyperlinks here for Pardon the Distraction, so we can go back and forth so you guys can see it. And I'm super excited about it, and that should be released here in the next couple days, so you guys will get my full breakdown of everything.
Yeah, go check that out when that comes out.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes.
Andy,
Yes, sir.
what you into?
I think like Drake, everybody's kind of in that same kind of lull. Like, shooters are cool, you know, that's great to shoot things, but there's just nothing that's like super exciting. Everybody from COD came over to Apex, and Apex to me is getting like super difficult. Like, I'm not the best player, and you know, as a casual gamer, kind of, I like to think that I'm above average, but even still, like it's getting difficult. Like you're dying all the time. It's just not. It doesn't feel as smooth as what it used to. Obviously, COD is kind of just, it is what it is. You know,
Sure.
wherever that's going. So for me, I really want to get back into Grand Theft Auto and some online stuff, and even joining some RP servers and stuff like that. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. I think that's a lot of fun. And honestly, a game came out today that I was super excited about, which is 12 Minutes.
I've heard great things about that already.
And I'm
William Dafoe?
Single player. Yeah, William Dafoe. What's the other guy's name? He was Professor X. James McAvoy, whatever his name is.
Yeah. And also there's a famous woman actress in that as well.
Oh, really? Yeah.
There's quite a few. It's three main people.
It's a top-down thriller that's interactive, and it's got some cool
detective murder mystery.
Yeah, so
I'm excited now.
to me, like, it
That
was
just piqued
so
my interest.
It was so different, and it's a view of one, or at least the trailer, a view of one room that like changes. So like you're not even moving except for that one room, and it's got a lot of interesting parts that you don't see in all the other games that are out there. And I think that's what intrigues me the most, is the fact that it's not like every other game, and it's something that, you know, it may not be a long game, I'm not sure, but it's a single player game, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to dive into that. And just
that does look really good. And you actually had a couple people that were talking about it, and it does look pretty cool.
Is it Game Pass?
It is on Game Pass. And just so you know too, 12 Minutes is up and coming adventure game developed by Luis Antonio, will be published by Annapurna Interactive for Microsoft Windows, Xbox, and Xbox Series X on August 2021. The game, taking place in a small apartment suite, areas around it require the player to repeatedly play through events of a 12-minute cycle to try to solve the mystery. If you cannot solve the events in 12 minutes, it starts the loop over.
Oh, very cool. That's exciting.
Yeah,
That's like a really cool little thinker, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta
So I
use
think
your
you
brain
can
a
beat it
little.
in 12 minutes. Yeah, you can beat it in
fun.
12 minutes. Yeah. So
Wow,
it's
what if
like
you do it right away? What a bummer.
you're like, I figured it out. Oh, I guess I got him. Well, I think it actually has multiple outcomes. I think
Yeah.
there's actual multiple endings for it.
We've all suffered
Like-
from that disappointment at some stage, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, most
12
games
minutes.
like that, they always
Man, if
have
I
like
lasted
multiple
12
endings.
minutes.
No, from it
Yeah.
ending right away.
Oh, yeah, that too.
You solve it in 3 minutes. Oh, it's her, and then it's over. Credits roll.
So
It's
it's
really
the
hard.
person-
This doesn't normally
It's the
happen to
Green
me.
Goblin.
This isn't how it usually goes.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's sort of where I'm at right now. I think it's gonna be fun little game.
Cool.
So y'all should check it out.
Yeah, no, I
What about
love
you?
a good
What do
mystery game.
what are
There's
you- what are you into?
there's a bunch on Game Pass. A lot of different like murder mystery type games, suspense thriller games. There's
Yep.
quite a few on there right now that are actually worth checking out. I don't have my Game Pass computer on right now. Otherwise, I'd give you the names. I'll shoot them over to you later, and I'll make sure we get some of the links to these games
Yeah.
in the description as well, so that way people can try them.
For
Yep.
sure. For
'Cause
sure.
that's good.
Well, you're missing one game that's really big that a lot of people are really excited about this month. Psychonauts 2.
Yep.
Yeah, that comes out.
That is
the
Game Pass.
24th. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's a really
Hades
big.
just hit Game Pass.
Hades just dropped. Yes.
Quake just dropped.
Yeah. There's quite a few.
A lot of
There's
Game
quite a
Pass
few
going
games.
on.
Yeah, and then yeah, there's just so many games that are coming out that are just actually, you know what? There's one here. I have the list actually in front of me. So this month on Game Pass on Cloud, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order just went on Cloud. So did Battlefront 2 and Need for Speed Heat on Cloud, console, and PC recompiled. Cloud, console, and PC. Train Sim World 2. I know you're super excited about that.
I think I
12
just
minutes.
got that
Psychonauts
free.
2 and Myst.
Oh, I
Myst,
love
yep,
Myst
Myst
back in
is-
the day.
Myst
has
back in
come
the day.
back.
Speaking of like murder mystery style,
Yeah,
weird
that was crazy.
solving
That was
puzzles.
very
Yeah.
cool.
And a game that like has been talked about a lot, but I know nothing about it. Humankind. That comes out on PC, or it already did, and a lot of
Yeah,
people have been
just
talking about it.
did.
Yeah.
It looks interesting. I've seen it like on IGN, and I've seen it on some other places as well. I have no idea what it's about, but a lot of people. Oh, Daisy Ridley. That's who the other actress is.
Okay.
Daisy Ridley. So Rey from Star Wars. If you guys
Yep.
don't know who that is.
Yep. Very
Um,
cool.
Yeah, so she's in that 12 minutes as well. But yeah, so and then if you guys are big farming simulator fans, that came out too. Wastelands 2, 3, and remastered all are coming, and Peggle 2. You like Peggle?
Have you seen on Twitch that there's people doing the lawnmower simulator?
Oh my god, yeah,
No.
I know.
I don't understand.
There's
that.
boyfriend,
power
there's
washing
boyfriend.
one.
Well, there's power washing, and then there's a boyfriend basement simulator, or whatever the heck it is. Like, I don't even know. I can't keep up with these simulators anymore. Once Goat Simulator came out, I was just like, I'm
Yeah, you're
done.
done.
This is ridiculous.
It's done.
Like, but my
You
daughter
know
plays
what?
it. So.
So I know like Game Pass gets a lot of praise, right? They're constantly updating the games on there. Epic.
Yeah,
They-
Epic does
just
really well too.
free
Yeah.
games nonstop. That Train World simulator was a Train World simulator, Train Simulator 2,
Train
whatever it was.
Sim,
They
yeah.
just gave that away. Just it was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So
Oh,
they're giving out a lot of different games. But Andy, I'm kind of like you right now with what I'm into. There's kind of in that bit of a lull phase.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for the new Battlefield to drop. Me personally, yes,
Yeah.
Drake.
so no, I just saw something as I was looking up some information. If you guys did not hear about this, for the 10th time, Skyrim is getting re-released for PS5 and Xbox
You can go
Series
fishing.
X.
So it's like the
The
PC
10th
version.
anniversary edition of Skyrim is coming out. I know you guys are all
Thank
excited.
goodness.
Yeah, and I think it's
But-
free on Game Pass.
So it have the mods like
You know what? I can pull it up. I have it right in
on
front of me.
Xbox? Like what was it, Fallout? Didn't they release the
Let's
mods for
see.
Fallout
Yeah.
on Xbox only? Bethesda, man.
Well, it says it's going to be bringing with various enhancements. Perhaps the biggest piece of news is the new version will be available on PS5 in the wake of Bethesda's acquisition of Xbox. The availability of the games like the Elder Scrolls on Sony's platform has been an ongoing concern. In this instance, at least PlayStation fans are being included. The anniversary edition will
Lucky.
include 10 years
I do
worth of
feel left
content.
out.
10 years worth of content plus new features. One new feature, a free fishing mechanic. Plus, if you own Skyrim Special Edition, there's an upgrade path for the anniversary edition, though it won't be free. For folks who just want to play Skyrim on next gen, the free next gen upgrade will be available to all players on Game Pass.
I've never played Skyrim, but now that there's fishing,
hallelujah. It's like Fortnite now.
Yep.
So
it's coming out on November 11th, video game week, as I referred to before, 2021.
And Hypermynd's birthday.
Oh yeah,
happy
2 days
birthday
after
to me.
mine. Happy
Skyrim
birthday
fishing.
to both of us.
Unlocked.
Skyrim fishing for your birthday.
Woo!
That'll
I'm
be
excited about it.
That'll be a special episode of the podcast. Skyrim fishing.
You're just
Unlocked.
fishing the entire time.
And as we're speaking about this too, Black Myth Wukong, that weird primate like monk fighter in Unreal 5 gameplay trailer was just released. So we'll check that out and make sure we put those in the links too, along with the Eternals Marvel Studios trailer as well.
Okay.
That Black Wukong game, that one where you were like it. What? Yes. No. Everybody's gonna play this game.
No one's playing that.
What? It hasn't came out. What do you mean?
No one can say it.
Black Wukong? Black Myth Wukong? Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's that one with that monkey like monk. It looks like a next generation.
Are you just making this up?
I quit. And on better news, Danny DeVito loses his Twitter verification. All right, let's move on.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so yes, Battlefield. Back to this. I am very excited for this Battlefield to drop. Did you watch the short film?
I have not. I was gonna do a reaction video on my personal channel. I have not done it yet.
I have played it though.
Yes, you have
not watched that though.
So the short film was outstanding, and so you can if you pre-order, you get the character from the short film, which is cool. So you get to play with that. The character skin, you get to play with that.
Is it somebody new?
Really?
Or is it?
It's someone new.
Or is it? Oh, it's not like a remastered character from like the past or anything.
No.
Okay.
No,
so it's brand new. Cool.
I don't.
I like new content.
Bringing older characters because they've all been World War II characters for the last 6 years.
Well,
World War II, World War One. Didn't they?
Well, they could have brought somebody from one of the other like Battlefield 3 or 4. Those were all futuristic.
It would be cool if they brought someone from Battlefield 4, just because that was probably the closest to the timeline. So Battlefield, I'm very excited for that. Like you with Apex, it's kind of not a casual. It's not really a casual game at the moment. I released that video today about is Apex for casual gamers. I don't really think it is. I think it's become a very highly skilled game. That has become quite difficult to master.
Is it competitive now more so, you think? Or do you think that they're going more in arenas and staying there? Or is it just becoming a bunch of sweats again, like it kind of was with Call of Duty?
I think honestly, even in arenas for me in the last week or so, it's been really hard. I don't know why. Maybe because my rank's gone up. And so now I'm constantly.
Well, it matches with the rank. So yeah, it does.
So,
It'll base skill-based matchmaking.
Even pubs, it feels like I'm just playing against people that are infinitely stronger and better than I am. And I'm not a pro gamer at it, Yeah. But when I go and play Call of Duty multiplayer, I'm still dropping 30 plus kills a round.
Yeah, mowing through people. Yeah.
So it's not like I'm terrible at shooting a weapon online, but I don't know. It's just I know that multiplayer, if you're playing Call of Duty multiplayer versus some of these other games, it's a different skill, right?
Yeah.
A BR versus multiplayer, it's completely different skill. It's like you with Drake with Rogue Company, right? Playing Rogue Company, because it's third person, it's got different mechanics, things like that. There's a skill set there in order to play that well.
Yeah.
And some people do, some people don't.
Yeah. So, all those years playing Gears of War, that's where that came from.
Right. Exactly.
So true.
Yeah.
Mechanics are similar.
So that's why for me, like, there's just that kind of that lull. I know we joked at the beginning about Cyberpunk being $10. I don't know who wouldn't buy it for $10. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
fantastic
It's
deal.
only at Best Buy though, right?
Yeah, it was Best Buy
Yeah,
for
I
a
think so.
day. It was like a flash sale.
Huh.
And so yeah, it was $10 the disc version sent to your house. But it's Cyberpunk. I want to get back into that. I really do. I'm excited to get back into that. I know I think I said that last week as well.
Yeah, I am too. I'm like with Cyberpunk. I'm right there with you. Like I've been meaning to beat the game. I played it. I didn't have any issues, but so many people were negative about it, and it just made the experience not fun for me because every time like, oh, you're still playing this game, and I'm like, look, you know what? Like at the end of the day, I don't care what people think normally. Like I just play the games to enjoy them, but sometimes like it gets
It wears
too
on you.
redundant. It
can
like
wear
it
on you a
starts
little bit.
getting a mental game on you, and you're like you can't enjoy the game, like the story or actually having fun with it because somebody's in chat going brr, 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 and it's like, look, I don't.
I hate
don't,
that.
Yeah, the brr, 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 brr. You just
the
gotta
worst
stay away
comment.
from that. It's the worst
time.
comment, like every time, and mods insta ban now if anything comes in looks like that at all.
It's automated.
That's it. It's a odd that word. I don't even know how to spell it anymore. They just do it automatically. But
So yeah,
no, I agree with you. And then like Assassin's Creed, same thing. Like I stopped playing it because, and I was just looking at the directory on this, by the way, too, for Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed. There was only 400 people playing it. 400 total. Both of them. At the same time, I went into the directory on Twitch and looked, and I was like, I wonder how many people are playing this.
Assassin's Creed was only 400 people.
400 people or 400 people watching?
400 people total watching it.
Oh wow.
That's it. Like
Yeah,
that was it.
much.
So I went in
That's
there
not
and
a
I was
lot.
like, you know what? I'm gonna, because me as a content creator, I was looking for opportunities too for growth. I mean, that's what everybody does, like when we're
Right.
playing games, we want that opportunity for growth. But like right now, like if I went back and played Cyberpunk, I'd be the #1 streamer in that category. That's really cool. But that also puts a big target on your head too. And it's like, oh, well, this guy's playing Cyberpunk. Let's go attack him, But I want to enjoy the game, and I agree with you. Like Cyberpunk was such a good game, and I really did have fun playing it when I was playing it. And I had some funny clips, like me flipping over, and there were some funny glitches. But I made the best of it. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
like I don't understand why people get so upset about this
It's
stuff. Like, big deal.
It's
You move
like
on.
Fallout. You've got Fallout, the Bethesda games. They have like the Bethesda charm, which is people they can't go upstairs or whatever the glitch is at the time. And you just kind of have to make the best of it, type of thing.
Did that game ever recover?
Which one?
Yeah,
That Fallout.
Fallout 76.
Yeah,
It did.
it did recover.
Yeah,
I
fixed
bought
it.
the collector's pack and everything, like the big edition, and I played it 2 days, and I was like, this is.
So the love of Fallout was the fact that like you have so much interaction with a lot of people, and 76 didn't have a single person on it.
There's
It
no
was
NPCs in it. It was just you by
it was
yourself.
just the like robots for NPCs and a few.
I remember it was bad. It just made it boring.
And
Yeah,
now
they
it's like
fixed it.
completely new. Like you go in, you talk to the person that's like a first mission. So it's I'm glad.
So they literally
fixed
changed
that.
like the starting, and everything's
Oh,
brand
yeah.
new.
Fixed everything.
Maybe that's multiplayer. Maybe we should go back and try that, all of us together, and make like some content out of it. I'm always down to go back and try stuff like after they fixed it, because sometimes devs are not always to blame. They're not. Like
No.
honestly, there's restrictions and there's time restraints, and like even like for us when we're doing podcasts, like Hypermynd knows this better than anybody. We have deadlines to hit, and we have stuff that we have to get out, and he gets backed up, and it's rough. It's hard. It's hard being a developer, and it's not their fault. It's just one of those things. Like time is against you when you're editing and doing stuff. So it's like I honestly I never go on Twitter. I never go and bash anybody unless literally like they're. And I don't even think I've done that. Like, even when they're like really bad people and they're like attacking somebody, like I most of the time just stay out of it. Like, I'm just like, let the trolls go to town. But it's like, it's one of those things like for all of us, if we're playing a game and it's not good at launch, doesn't mean it won't be good later.
Yeah.
How many movies have you gone and like people gave it bad reviews? We were
It's
talking
not
about
a
this
Sega
last
Genesis cartridge. Like we can update. Them.
yeah.
We can change them as we go, and it just needs to become. I know people get annoyed about it, but people just need to accept the fact that most games, when they come out, are going to require an update. They're going to require fixes and bugs because they're it's a lot. It's a lot of work to put those things out.
Yeah,
So,
it really is. Yeah.
So other than that, the NHL 22 trailer dropped today, or the reveal. Very cool. They finally moved it over to Frostbite. They didn't tell us anything else other than Frostbite. That was pretty much it. So
Does it come out on the 21st?
And Austin Matthews.
Does it come
yeah,
out on the
and
21st?
Austin Matthews again for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why. No, it's I don't think they even give it.
They didn't give a date.
did they?
They didn't give it.
They haven't given a date yet? Well, I mean,
can
you guys would know
pre-order
better
it.
than
That's all
anybody.
They said you can pre-order it now, and it'll be on Frostbite. And there's some superstar extravagant moves that you can do.
It's play Howard the Duck.
It was really weak. So there was that.
Yeah, I would play it if they had Howard the Duck.
And that's pretty much it. You know, I'm excited to get back into some of the other my classics, like, you know, turn back to some of the sports games. But that's pretty much what I'm into right now. New Marvel Wakanda. How was it? Real quick.
I mean, honestly, it was amazing. It was a lot shorter than I was anticipating, but also expecting at the same time. We actually beat it in about 5 hours. The base story, we beat it in about 5 hours. But the story was right on par with the original story of the Avengers when it first came out, the single player. It was really good. I really liked what they did with the characters, the development. Claw was really good. And they actually, I mean, for all of you guys who haven't tried it out, it is free. If you own the game, it's free. Definitely play it. I highly suggest it. And I would definitely
the campaign.
Yeah, no, it's 100% multiplayer. The starting sequence is really cool because it kind of gives you like a backlog on how the Black Panther became the Black Panther, and also like the warring tribes. And it starts off. But I will tell you this right now, Crystal Dynamic, you have never seen more Tomb Raider in Avengers than you do in this expansion, because it's literally like the dungeon mechanics, the puzzle solving. It reminded me of Tomb Raider. Like that's what it reminded me of. And it was really cool. Black Panther as a whole, amazing. They did a great job. Textures were amazing. Gameplay was great. We didn't really have any glitches or bugs or anything. It was smooth. It was good. Honestly, like if I could give it a review right now, I would say 8 out of 10. And the only reason why I say that is because it was short. I wish I could have got more.
Oh, nice.
And there was side quests. We didn't do those. We beat the main story and then we switched games because everybody wanted to play something else.
Sure.
But not because the game was bad. It was just literally we had a bunch of people that wanted to play. Yeah. But literally, like, I still think there's a ton of content. They also updated the entire UI. The entire UI is completely redone. They added a mass delete option, which is fantastic. All the gear actually matters. All of the abilities were updated. They did make a lot of changes based on what the community and people were saying and things they liked and disliked. So they've definitely been listening. And
there's
then
some of those changes for the base game as well as the expansion.
Yes, it's everything across the board. They fixed everything. So like when you log in as the first time playing Avengers, you have that UI in the very beginning. So and honestly, guys, it goes on sale. Like I worked directly with Square Enix on this release, and it was so much fun. And I'm not just saying this because I worked with them. I'm literally telling you, if you're a Marvel fan, you will enjoy it. It was really good. And it honestly, in my opinion, the story was better than the movie. But I do like Chadwick.
I've had it in my Steam forever. I just haven't played it.
Yeah, it's good, man. You would love it. You would love the story. It's really good. So you got 3 things to do. You got Ronin Warriors, Avengers. Yeah. What was the third one? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, so we got to wind it down because we've just creased the hour mark pretty much. So Andy, what do you got coming up? What's next for you?
Yeah, we've got recorded a lot of YouTube videos this past week. Got some editing to do, and we'll have those up shortly in the next couple days. Stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Twitch. AndyRoop. So check me out there. Come say hi. That's pretty much it. Got a lot of reviews on the What If stuff. Maybe I'll do one on the Ronin and a couple other things.
Yeah. Ronin Wars would be interesting.
But
that would be interesting.
But yeah, so just we're doing a lot of that over at my personal channel, just kind of sitting down. I have the wife doing a few videos with me, kind of her take on things, which is kind of cool to do something together.
That's fun. Yeah.
And
So-
on that note too, just want to throw something in real fast too, Andy. So my wife actually brought something up down the road, and it would be, I think, a really cool episode for the podcast. We should have our wives take over the podcast, all three of them, and just talk about us.
I don't know.
That would
if
be
I want to
interesting.
talk
I
about
don't
me.
know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, no, I mean, think about it. Everybody would watch that. You know they would. They'd be like, what are their wives going to say about them? Be a good segment. She brought it up, actually. Well, I think that's because she just wants to
That's
talk bad about
dangerous.
me.
I'm the only one that they
Yeah.
all know.
Well,
That's also true.
it doesn't matter. So what? Then they'll get to know each other. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, Christ. All right.
Maybe
That
down
might
the
be
road.
dangerous too.
How about you, Hypermynd? What are you doing this week?
Yeah, I just released my video on Apex, like I mentioned earlier, the video about Apex being a game for casual gamers. Just a lot of working through my schedule over the next week up until the next podcast. I've got to do another video. I've got another video coming up, and then really just churning out things on socials, making sure that we keep the machine running, basically.
Nice.
Streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday also on Twitch at Hipermynd. That is pretty much it right now. Not much.
Sweet.
I don't have any big releases coming out. I got nothing really big on the move. But outside
Not
of
yet,
that,
anyway.
Pardon?
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
No, but within the next week. I don't have anything in the next week.
man. Always make
Next week.
Just work. It's just a lot of
Yeah,
work over the
Just a
next
lot of
week.
work.
So,
That's
Drake,
cool.
We're doing what we love. It's not work. Well, I guess it is.
it's still work.
It
It's
can be
the work.
work, yeah.
It's happy
Yeah.
work.
it's
True.
just happy work.
It's just happy work.
Happy work.
Happy work.
Yeah.
Drake, what are you coming up with this coming week?
Well,
Your vacation.
But yeah, besides the vacation.
well, yeah.
maybe-
I mean, I am taking a vacation. I'm actually going to be stepping away from social media and everything, other than probably my TikTok, just because I like making videos, because that's more of my personal stuff, like me just being a goofball and goofing around. It's different content than anywhere else. So you guys can go over and follow me on TikTok if you want. The Lost Drake over there. But just in general, I honestly, like, I got a lot of things in the works right now. I've actually had some really big meetings this week. We got PAX in 2 weeks. It is 2 weeks away,
That's crazy.
which me and Hypermynd are
Wow.
both going to be there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's literally 2 weeks away.
Coming up fast,
It's
yeah.
14 days away.
I actually
so
didn't know it was
we-
that close.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
while you're doing your schedule, you can,
Yeah. You might
Yeah.
want to add that into your schedule. But
real
yeah, no, we're gonna be. So it's really cool. Like, we have a lot of content creators that we personally know that actually live here in Arizona with me, and then Hypermynd and me are actually meeting for the first time. So that'll actually be really
Yep.
cool. We'll get to meet each other for the first time in real life. We've been working together for a long time, but just in general, like, we're going to actually, like, hang out, get to go to these events together. We're going to be making content while we're there. And one of the other guys that's going to be with us, he is a big rising star on TikTok, and he has really been blowing stuff up, and he's going to be making content with us. He's going to be one of our basically our new squad mates, I guess you could say. We're building a really good base team here of people that are going to help bring an awareness and fun stuff to the interwebs. And also to, like, PAX West, there's so much stuff. We're gonna have so much stuff to talk about. We're gonna have cool stuff to give away. We're gonna be doing so much neat stuff, and I'm really excited for it. And hopefully, if everything goes smooth, we'll get some really cool announcements while we're there too. So maybe get some hands on. Maybe I'll get to play some Destiny after the new announcement next week. Maybe it'll be there because that's where I got to play the new stuff last time. There'll be some new games that are coming out. Who knows? Battlefield might be there, which would be really cool for Hypermynd because he hasn't got a chance to play it yet. I
NHL might be
guarantee. What?
NHL might
What?
be there.
NHL might be there. Then also too,
they're
we might even
close.
get Halo Infinite
Oh,
because Microsoft is in Seattle. So, like, we might get that as
Ooh.
well. Yeah, so we might get Halo Infinite. We might get to play that and get a hands-on demonstration of that. There's so many things that may come from this. So we're really excited for that. That's 2 weeks away. As far as me personally, my sponsor, Advanced GG, we are working on something. It is going to be announced soon on social media. I'm very excited about it. I haven't even talked to these two about it yet. I'm very excited about it, and it's also a team up with a very big athlete.
You didn't want to tell us?
No, I didn't even tell you. I literally found out today, right before the podcast. So I didn't even get to talk about it. And then I didn't think about it till we were on. So there you go. So now they're knowing. Now they're like, what is he talking about? So they'll know before you, but it's going to be announced soon and you'll get to see it. But yeah, so that's going to be announced soon on Twitter. Again, follow me everywhere. The Lost Drake across the board on all social medias. No matter where you're at, no matter where you like content, I'll be there. Twitch, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm off Thursday, stream Friday, stream Saturday, and I'm off on Sunday. So, but this week is the only exception because right after this, I'm going live and we're going to stream again.
Sweet.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, that's good. Another week in the books.
Nice. Good job,
Much
boys.
cleaner.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was great. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
Wrap it up.
All the above.
Okay.
Get out of here. Bye.
You all have a great week. We will see you next.
That wasn't awkward
Friday.
at all. Bye.
Oh my God.
See you on socials.